That's why we call you Il Naso.
That's it.
The nose. Joe the Nose.
Joe Nose.
Get us a good profile. Here, look at me.
Here,
Keep that one.
can you get a profile?
Here, take it.
You got it? Damn.
Look more to your right now. Look a little more to your right. You're right.
Am I right?
You're right.
Here it is.
There it is.
Damn.
Look at that thing.
That's the one and only.
The nose.
Joe the Nose.
Wow. That's an Italian nose right there for you, folks.
So, it's funny because for people out there that are complex a big nose or something, it's like, just make fun of it.
Yeah. Yes.
Look.
Give us your best comment for Joe's nose, please.
Yes.
And Joe knows a lot, which is what we're going to talk about today. But also, by the way, I'm going to Italy.
Woo. When?
I think we talked about this like 6 months ago.
Yeah, you too. I forgot, obviously. But you.
Now it's here. It's next week.
No.
Going to Venice first.
Gorgeous.
Florence, Rome.
Beautiful.
I have to go. Rome's my favorite place in the world. And I heard on Jerry Seinfeld's show, have you seen that one, Getting Coffee with Comedians in Cars? or something like
I
that?
didn't.
He was talking about how Italy is like this amazing thing that never gets old. It's like marrying your wife in her 20s, and she just never changes. Just never changes. It never gets old. You never get sick of it. It's always amazing.
It is, it's funny. I was born and raised there, so last summer we went to Venice. We only spent like 3 days, and man, it was amazing. It felt like it was the first time there again. I've been there probably a dozen times, growing up. And it's so magical. There's an energy that's different than anywhere else in the world. And I'm not biased because I'm from Italy. It's just, you've been there a few times. You feel that, that energy.
I love it, dude.
It's just like the history behind. You don't have to go into a museum. You just walk around. And sometimes it just, because we are so accustomed to be here in California, that everything is new, So when I go back home and I'm looking at these buildings, now I see them with a different eye, with a different perspective. And I'm looking at the buildings, I'm like, wow, can you believe this building is like 500-600 years old? Like, can you imagine what kind of history is behind the people? It's cool. I really, really like it. Venice, in my opinion, is probably the best place.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no cars there.
That's
right?
amazing.
It's just boats and canals, and like you have to like walk from the train station a little ways to get into the town area. This is what I see just from videos. Yeah. Really, really excited to go because I've actually never been there. I've been to Florence.
It's your first time to Venice.
Yeah.
Oof, you're gonna love it.
First time.
You're gonna love it.
Tanya's never been to Italy.
Woo!
Ever. That's why I booked a trip. It's like right after we got engaged. So this
I gotta brief you, man.
Like 8 months ago.
I gotta brief her before you guys go there.
I know we've been watching videos and stuff. Amazing. So, Venice and then Florence. When I went to Florence, I've been there once, just for a couple days. The Duomo was closed.
Oh wow!
I could not go into the Duomo.
But you have to go.
Had to go back. I could see from the outside. It's amazing. And then Rome is a place where I could spend months. If I win the lotto, I will be spending a lot of time in Rome. Let's just put it that way. A lot. I'm vegan, right? So it's not like
the perfect environment for you.
It's not perfect. But the thing is, the food is so good and so natural. You can eat so much there and not gain weight. It's weird.
Florence more than Rome, actually.
Yeah. But the vegan spots that they do have in Italy are unbelievable. They take the same Italian love for food, they put it into the vegan cuisine, just like they do at Civico 1845 down in Little Italy, which is my favorite places to eat. Probably gonna eat there tonight, actually.
Awesome.
It's date night, so and that's where we met. So, but the food is just unbelievable. So I'm so excited. Give me one tip for Venice before we dive into it.
So Venice, you gotta live it. I mean, like in the sense, just go hop on different little bars. The most beautiful thing about Venice, even if you are vegan, though, there is a cultural thing about Venice. So in the Veneto area. So first of all, they have the best prosecco on tap. On tap.
Gotcha.
It's like beer on tap, but it's prosecco. Stupid.
Which is wine.
So
right?
good, man. It's like sparkling wine. Yeah. And then they have the highest grade of prosecco, which is Cartese. Not because I'm a drunko, but I just love that stuff. It's just so fine. It's like champagne, Italian champagne, so on tap. So they have really good wines, white wines at the top, but they have like kind of a tapas, like Spanish tapas. They're renowned to have this kind of little things that you have, the aperitivo, they call it. So the Veneto, Venice, and anywhere around there is really famous for it. So you go to bars, you hop bars, and then try to take a tour, get a taxi or get a gondola. The gondola is an amazing experience. I know it's expensive. They're going to try to rip you off. So I'll tell you from now, they're going to try to rip you off. They're going to charge you $300 to go on a boat ride on the gondola. But it's so charming. It's romantic. You know, it's so magical, man. I can't even describe it. Just put it like that. There's no words to describe it. You go there, you'll be in this tiny little boat going through the canals, and looking at the history, everything that's surrounding this amazing city that I think the walls speak at night, honestly. That's how magical it is, Venice.
Gosh, I'm so excited. It's a week from tomorrow. I can't believe it. So a week from today, I'll be packing. That's how I kind of count it down.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I'll have to brush up on some Italian with you before I go as well.
Yeah.
So let's dive into it here. And by the way, we are live, so if you have questions, comments for Joe, if you want to make fun of his nose, put it up there one more time. Let's see. Take a little turn to the right, Joe. A little turn to the right.
Right.
Little turn to
Whoa!
the-
Joe knows.
If you have any questions or comments for us, please chime in. We'll say what's up to you, of course, and interact with you as much as you'd like. So how to thrive in a competitive environment, Joe. And I thought you would be the perfect person to have on for this segment. I've been wanting to talk about this. Business is competitive. I see people give up too much. I see people give up on their dreams. I see people give up on their business. I see people give up on themselves too much.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of had it with that. I'm not a motivational speaker. That's not my thing. You know, I don't get on Facebook and throw up videos like, hey guys, you got to just do it one more. You know, I don't do that. That's not my thing.
Right.
But I do think it should be known, just from a logical perspective, how to approach and win in a situation where it's competitive. You're someone who does that in one of the most competitive. So San Diego is extremely competitive in the real estate market.
Totally.
Very low inventory marketplace. The mortgage market in San Diego, extremely competitive. So it's very, very, very competitive here. Even more so than in like Orange County or some of the places that are nearby.
Actually, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Way more. And you work really hard and you keep yourself motivated, keep your team motivated. Like, what's the number one thing, if I asked you, like, Joe, how do you thrive in such a competitive marketplace? What's the number one thing that comes to mind for you?
How to thrive? Well, first thing that comes to my mind is, it's funny because, my mindset shifts a lot, obviously. I read a lot. I force myself to read. I'm not a big reader. I haven't been a big reader when I was a kid. I was actually really bad. But I've been reading a book a month, now 2 books a month. So reading for me has been a game changer in the last 2 to 3 years. That's why, I went from being an average agent to being one of the top agents in San Diego County out of 27,000. So what changed, really? You know what it is? There's 2 things. Number one is believe in yourself. Believe in yourself is probably the ABC of being successful in life. So I'm that kind of guy. I decided to come from Italy, as you know, I came here. And I still make some huge sacrifices, I'm a huge fan of Grant Cardone. If you guys don't know who Grant Cardone is, please watch his videos. He's a nutcase. He's all about 10X. I read his book, and that book was a big change for me. Nothing is for free. You got to work your ass off. So start with that mindset. If you don't think it's your approach, it's your mindset to work your ass off, then work for somebody 9 to 5 and be content for what you have. Because there's people, they're in a worse situation than you are. So what makes me uncomfortable is, to me, is the key. So I make myself uncomfortable every day. So believe in myself, make myself uncomfortable on a daily basis. What does that mean? It means take big steps, At times, it's not just like buying a nice watch or a nice suit and stuff, or a nice car or whatever. That's not making yourself uncomfortable. Making yourself uncomfortable is believe in yourself and say, okay, I see myself living in Little Italy. That's $5,000 a month, right? Okay, and you're like, how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna get there. Don't think about how you're gonna get there. Just think about the goal. That's you gotta be in a tunnel vision. Just focus.
Point yourself in that direction.
Point yourself in that direction. Just make it happen. You might think it's stupid, gambling. Life is a gamble. That's how it is. We might be here today, we might die tomorrow. That's how it is. So give your whole self every single day. When I wake up in the morning at 6 in the morning, right, and I roll out of bed, I'm like this, boom, up. there is no snoozing the button. There is no second thoughts. There's nothing. For me, it's like, hell yeah, let's do this. You know what I mean? That's my mindset in the morning because I have set goals. Everything I put in the schedule, I believe in myself, okay? And I am so uncomfortable every day because I'm stretching myself that there's no other ways. So my coach said to me once, brother, if you have a plan A and a plan B, you're screwed. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, because if you base your life on a plan A and then we might have a plan B, you're actually not giving your 100% because you have a fallback plan, which is a plan B. Therefore, just delete that plan B and you only have plan A. In my life, I unfortunately lost my father. I tried to help my family financially in Italy. It's all about, what's happening in the business in my life and so on. I have a family, and that's the only thing I have. It's plan A. So now I have two options. Either make it or guess what? Make it.
That's awesome.
That's it. That's all I have.
And that's basically a way of saying commitment, which has always been, in my world, the number one key to success is how committed are you to it? Because there's no question in my mind that you can achieve whatever you want. No question.
Totally.
Whatever you want to do, you can get there. The question is, will you give up before you get there or not? That's the only question.
True.
How long will it take you to get there? We don't know, but you will get there if you keep working at it. And that might just be being consistent. You look at people like Gary Vaynerchuk or some of these people who have huge online followings and stuff, and you go, oh man, they're like overnight successes. They just made a couple cool videos and now they, have millions of followers.
No, that's not true at all.
Not true.
They've been working their ass off so long. Yeah.
About the shit for years. Made tons of videos, provided insane amounts of content, went in the hole, built something over time. It took a long, long time. And you do get to a certain point where it kind of goes, and kind of fires up. Yeah. But you don't know when that's going to be. So it is, in my opinion, it has always been a question of your commitment level as to whether or not you'll get where you want to go or not.
And the other thing to add to it, and I discovered this probably in the last year or so, it's the power of the other. What does it really mean, the power of the other? We all care about what people think, no matter what, we do. There's some people like me that honestly, I don't give a beep beep about others, what they think about me, in the sense that I am real as I am on TV, on live shows, in person. You know me pretty well. I mean, we're friends. I'm always the same. If you ever see me changing or adapting, I'm like, this is who I am. Some people don't like me, hate me, and I get it. I wish I could be loved by everyone. I would be a celebrity. I'm not. So that's how it is. But the power of the other, it's something a little deeper. When you are true to yourself, true to others, and at home, you have your biggest fan, which could be your wife, your boyfriend, whoever it is, your fiancé, that's when magics happen. When you're home, they appreciate you for what you do, for your real person and your hard work. That's when it really elevates you even more. Because now at that point, you're not just believing yourself, you are not just interested, you're committed. Okay? Committed to have a life of success. It's not just about business, it's about, in general, I like to inspire people. I like to touch people. You know what I mean? In a way. I wasn't like that before. I mean, I came here because it's been years and years of listening to Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Gary Vaynerchuk. I mean, I have mentors, my business coach, and so on and on and on. Tom Ferry for the last 3 years. Have been blah. So that's where I'm at right now. And it's tough. It is tough because there is a fine line which is called balance. When you give, give the 100% on everything, sometimes you feel a little bit off balance and you get super busy, you're building a team, you're doing so much for others, and they're like, what about me? You feel like that, it's like, what about me now? So that's when it kicks in and you have to be with somebody, and I'm referring to my fiancée at this point, that she's there, she looks at me like, man, you've been giving so much. You've just been given so much, you're all soul, you're everything. So take a break. Let's be us for a little bit, take a little bit, recharge, go back out there and kill it. And that's what's been going on. And you know this, my success has been like, climbing up, and now we're doing new things, new office. The team has been like mushrooms, like people want to come work with us. So it's great. It's great. I absolutely enjoy it. Going back, circling up, how do you keep yourself motivated? You know what's happening now is like, I get motivated by others. I get inspired by people. I see one of the guys that's my mentor, and I'm sure he will watch this video at one point. It's Kyle Whistle. You know him, right? Mm-hmm. It's a hate-love. I love that guy. He's like a brother for me. We worked together for years. And it's funny because I've seen him. He had a small little office. Now, they're selling out 350 units and whatnot. And we used to motivate each other. It was there, like every once in a while. It still does. He calls me. He's like, "Hey, what's up, brother? I know that something is going on." This kicks in, but I love that, And he inspires me. It literally inspires me. The guy is one of those people that is brave. That's what I love about people. They're brave. There's so many others that I look up to them, and I'm like, wow, you're so brave, man. I'm like, I can't believe you're risking everything, investing into the business and growing your business, and go do all these classes of self-discipline and so on and on. And it's amazing. It's inspiring me. I'm not jealous about the guy that sells 350. He inspires me.
Yeah.
And I think that's another key to success. When you instead being jealous about the others, you actually get inspired and you want to know so much. I had a call a couple of days ago with Tony Elias, Century 21. Mm-hmm. It's a rock star, man. Talking to Tony, Tony's like, "Hey, Joe, I'm going to do 200 deals this year." I'm like, 200 deals? Damn, Tony, how many agents do you have? And it's like 6, and I leave work Friday afternoon, and I come back on Monday. I'm like, "What did you say? You say you leave Friday afternoon, you come on Monday?" Every week. He's like, "Kid, Joe, I forgot when I did the last open house." I'm like, wow. I got it all wrong. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is crazy. So, and I'm like, you know what? Can I buy you lunch? I want to pick your brain. That's what I love to do, man. You gotta talk to people. Relationships are everything.
Yeah, and finding people who are being successful and seeing what they're doing. There's plenty of food for everyone. No one's going to, ever wipe someone else out. I mean, there's just so much out there. No matter what business you're in, there's so much business to go after. And the question is, is really, do you want it bad enough to do what it takes? That's really the question. Whatever it is. There's people who have achieved all sorts of crazy things. And sometimes you achieve something because maybe you were put in a certain position, and that's just what naturally happened for you. Sometimes it'll be because you said, you know what, I want that. And then you got that tunnel vision, you got committed, and you went and you made it happen. Sometimes it's the case that it's neither one of those things, but you just kind of end up where you are, and you don't know how the hell you got there, and you're going, how the hell did I get here? Why am I right here, not happy, or not satisfied, or not living the way I want to? And if you ever get to that point where that's what you're saying, just remember, it's okay. It's always okay. Wherever you are right now, it's okay.
Right.
The question is, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, like, the best coaches out there say, what got you here won't get you there. And it's very deep if you really dissect it. What got you here won't get you there. So even in my situation, I'm here, and I'm honestly, people have perception that I'm very successful. I might be very successful for a few, but to myself, I'm not. I'm unsatisfied. And it's actually, I think it's a power. There's a key there in this word, unsatisfied. So every day I wake up thinking about what I'm going to do next to achieve a higher success. Not just in business, but in life, with my relationship. I want to be the best father possible, the best human being possible. I want to touch people's heart. I want to help people buy and sell real estate. I want to help others become successful in the business. That's what really, makes me every day, like, gives me this, I call myself like this bull. I am a bull. Like, you tell me something, I just go through right it. You know what I mean? I'm a Taurus. I'm like, literally, my sign is a Taurus, and I feel like that at times. I'm just like, go get it. So, but it's a lot has to do with that. It's aligning your behaviors with your goals. And I said again, align your behaviors with your goals. So if I say, I want to sell 130 transactions this year, right? That's our goal. So do you think I can go have a drink every night, or at 6 o'clock meet with other people, have a beer, whatever, and I'll go do all the social venues and whatnot? There's no way. I'm a guy that's gonna sell 130 transactions this year. I don't have time for that. Same thing when I tell them, oh, you have hobbies and stuff. Yeah, my hobby is to find out all about real estate and find out how I can be a better human being, and how I can touch people, and how I can be the best leader as possible. That's my hobby.
That's an awesome hobby to have. Robert here commented, and if you have a comment, we are live right now on Facebook, so feel free to say hi. We'll say what's up back. Robert says, will you work? Yeah, that's, that is a, thanks for the comment, Robert. Really appreciate you watching. I think that is always the question, and it's okay. It's all okay. Whatever you want to do with your life is okay.
Totally.
The only thing that's not okay is if you're not happy and not doing something about it. And when you talk about being in most environments are competitive. I would say, and this is the reason why the title of this segment is sort of misleading, or like a double entendre, or whatever you want to call it. But it's saying, how to thrive in a competitive marketplace. It's just how to thrive, because every marketplace and every environment is competitive. There aren't any environments anymore where we don't have competition.
Of course.
It doesn't exist. So I don't care if you are a computer programmer or if you are a guy who cleans pools, whatever, there is tons of competition, especially in San Diego. So every environment is competitive. But the competition should not dictate your activities unless you are seeing something that they're doing well and that you like and you want to do it as well. And there's also nothing wrong with that. But they should not dictate your feelings about what you're doing. It should be completely based around whether or not you're satisfied. That's the word that we use. So if you're satisfied with where you're at, nothing wrong with where you're at.
No, it's great. It's a beautiful thing.
Not, if you're unsatisfied, if you're unhappy,
do something about it.
Then you have to do something about
Totally.
it. Because now it's your fault. If you're not doing something about it, you're trying all these things and nothing's working, then come talk to me. But that's usually not the case. Usually the people who are the most unhappy are people who are doing the exact same thing over and over every day.
Well, it's easy to get into funk, It's the most common problem of, people out there. It's funny you said this, do something about it, right? I gained some weight. So I went from being 195, 197, triathlon, a half marathon, I was very fit. Then December came in, I'm like 208, 209. I'm like, I gotta do something about it. And I still go to the gym 3 times a week, 4 times a week. So I made a goal. So I got food prepped, delivered and everything, no carbs. I'm trying to be super lean, right? I've been doing it, still nothing. I'm like, what the hell? I went down to 204, 203, 204. Man, I lost 3-4 pounds. But if you see how much I work out, I do the Orange Theory. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's a very high intensity workout. Literally gets your...
You're Italian. It's all about what you eat.
Right.
It's all about what you eat.
But I've been eating like super clean with no carbs. So there's really should be no excuse.
It's a quantity, it's a calorie thing, right? So
yeah, I don't know what it is, but you know what I thought? I'm like, I gotta change. This morning I was talking to the instructor. I'm like, I gotta do something. He's like, what? I'm like, I gotta come here 5 times a week now. He looked at me, he's like, 5 times? I'm like, yeah, 5 times.
Do you eat breakfast?
No, afterwards. After I go work out really early in the morning, so I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I found that I don't really need to eat breakfast.
No, I don't do breakfast
anymore. Like I just don't need to.
You have a shake or something? Yeah.
Nothing. I don't need to eat anything. My body's not hungry. So I've just been listening to my body, and lost the last 10 pounds. So I'm now down to under 205 for the first time since like college.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple times I got on the scale 201, 202. But then I was like ravishingly hungry. So I think right around 205 is going to be kind of perfect for me. That's kind of where I am right now. I woke up 203 today. But it was just totally listening to my body, just saying, what, I'm not going to eat unless my body is telling me that it wants food or it needs nourishment. I'm not going to eat because, I have time now, so I need to eat. No, I'm going to wait until it talks to me and tells me what I need to eat. That was my whole goal. And it worked. So I lost the last 10 pounds.
That's some things work for others.
I know. Exactly.
I mean, I per like every session.
Joe's like, I'm Italian. I'm hungry every minute of the day.
No, I mean, I eat my, I think my problem is dinner time. It's like when I eat that's why I'm getting like prep food. So I know that's the portion and I'm going to go to sleep like swallowing my saliva. 'Cause you know what I mean? You got to do something about it.
That's hilarious. One of the things that I want to touch on that I think was really, really, really big that you said was being uncomfortable. And I think in order to get where you've never been, you have to be willing to do some things that you've never done.
Totally.
And a lot of times those things you've never done because they are not comfortable for you. So getting uncomfortable, being willing to do things that are uncomfortable has been something that I don't know how I got into all this other than just going to school and like studying, journalism and whatnot. But I was always very nervous about being on camera or being in front of the microphone or anything like that. So I have no idea how this happened. But I know that it made me uncomfortable. And even when I did my radio show, every single day, I was uncomfortable.
That's awesome.
I was nervous. I was uncomfortable every day. And what that does is that allows you to stretch the boundaries of what's possible. Essentially, every time you do something uncomfortable, it's like you're pushing the walls out a little further to open up your personal possibility. I didn't realize that at the time, but when I look back on it, that's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. Through my discomfort, I met so many people. I've trajected myself in a way that led to here. And so without having done that, if I just stayed behind the scenes and done what I was doing before, would definitely not be here.
Right.
That's for sure.
Totally. Yeah, I agree.
Joe, it's been great, man.
Thank you.
It's always good to see you. Joe, the nose. One more time. Let's see the nose. One more time. Look to the right. There it is. No! Joe the nose. Joe knows. All right, brother. Good to see you. Good stuff, man.
Thank you.